We're going to kind of fly through a lot of information to start. And if this sounds like something that's of interest to you, then we will get a lot more in depth with the things that we talk about. But this is just a quick overview. So you can see Tigerlili Freedom Network is where marketing and mission meet. We are celebrating our 11th year of service, which I honestly can't believe. And we've been doing the trafficking outreach now for almost 8 years of those 11. So this is a way for us to just exponentially grow the impact and the exposure of the ministry nationwide. Because over the years, we've really learned that there's just not enough services out there, and there's definitely not enough awareness out there about what human trafficking really is in America, what it looks like, and how people can actually truly get involved to help raise awareness and help stop it. So the mission of Tigerlili Resources is to expose the dark realities of human sex trafficking in the United States of America by enlightening the multitudes to the truths of this crime, exposing buyers and sellers, and serving survivors while supporting various ministries nationwide that are also in the fight. And this is actually going to help us exponentially do that mission. Thousands of kids are trafficked every year in the United States, and most people have no idea the exuberant amount of kids that are lost to trafficking this year and exploitation. There is nothing more important than protecting children from this evil. The three aspects of this that we focus on, that we bring awareness to, is sextortion. That is becoming a lot more prevalent, especially with young boys, targeted about 12, 13, 14 years old, that are on social media. They think that they are talking to a young lady, and they talk for quite a while, and they start requesting photos and videos, and the boys will comply. And when they start sending their photos and videos, then the receiver identifies themselves as not a girl, but they are, somebody who is in, the dark side. And they're like, hey, if you don't send us $500 or $1,000 or whatever, we're going to send all of your pictures and videos to your family and friends. And these boys, there's been many, many cases where these boys have been affected by it, and within hours from beginning of conversation till 2-3 hours later, these boys have taken their lives because they are so afraid and so shameful that people are going to find out what they did. From the sextortion, when they gather these pictures and videos, then they turn that into CSAM, and that is child sexual abuse material. And it was formerly called child pornography, but they federally don't recognize it as that anymore. Pornography lends itself to consent, and a child cannot consent to doing that. So it is now called child sexual abuse material. And every time that photo or video is shared or viewed or purchased, downloaded, uploaded, whatever, that child is abused over and over and over again. So then, when the material is seen over and over again, it creates this enticement, this desire, and this demand for wanting to live out what they are viewing. And so that turns into the child trafficking. In America, it's not necessarily child abductions, although it can be very much. It's usually very slow and methodical, and it starts as a drip. It starts as building trust. It starts as, hey, you've sent photos already, let's meet. And then they meet, and then they blackmail, let's meet again, and then there they go. It turns into trafficking. So we do our very best to raise enough awareness that parents and family members and school teachers and just church, they can get in their kids' lives way ahead of time before they ever start even swapping pictures, because that's what they do now. That's dating to them now, is swapping pictures. These are some of our direct services. Over the years of connecting with law enforcement and healthcare workers, we've been asked numerous times if we've done anything for children, and we never did. I was like, that's not in our wheelhouse, but it kept picking up in severity, frequency, urgency. So I was like, okay, we can't ignore this anymore. We have to step in and do this. So October of 22, we made the official decision that we would transition to serve child survivors. And now the Safe Home can serve up to 3 children at a time, and they come from referrals from law enforcement or healthcare workers or social workers, whatever, when they're identified as being trafficked and they don't have any place for them to go immediately. A lot of times these kids will stay in offices, in precincts, on cots, and they're just coming out of one hellacious experience. To stay in a cot in an office is not the best place for them to go. And then we also have Fresh, that has been under construction for far too long, and a lot of really good things will be coming out of that. We'll be doing a lot of training for what is human trafficking, educating the community, teaching more law enforcement and healthcare workers, but also teaching other families to step in and do what we're doing with Heaven's Home. We are the only service in about a 6-state radius that does what we do. So there's definitely not enough. There's a lot that are on the coast and on the border, but Midwest, there's really not much of anything. And then also out of Fresh, we'll be teaching and building up Tigerlili ambassadors so that they can go out and start raising more awareness in the community, doing presentations and, event tents and things like that. Our third piece that was a surprise, we got Kingdom Come Mission Retreat Center. It is a 25-acre retreat style property that when it is fully functioning, it will be designated for families that have been affected by sexual exploitation, child trafficking, or SRA, satanic ritual abuse. And they can come out here for an extended stay, long weekend, and just check out a life and just be together and be at peace and just enjoy the environment together before they go back into living life again. That we are practicing right now. We can't purchase it until the owner who built the property, until he passes, and he's 90 something, 92, 93 years old. He is a Air Force veteran, and he was very high ranking, a pilot for 30 something years. So it's an honor to keep this property alive for their family, but they can't do anything with it until he passes. We're just helping take care of the property and getting it ready and learning. How do we run a 25-acre retreat style property? So how does Tigerlili Freedom Network fit into all of this? So what is the Freedom Network? This network is the digital division of Tigerlili Resources for nationwide outreach and exponential awareness of the mission. It is a national network of business and ministries that share a like-minded desire to make a positive impact in America while expanding their mission and exposure and income potential. And it is an army of freedom fighters using your platforms and voices to help those trapped in the deepest darkness to be found and brought to safety and healing. Okay, this screen here is a flyer or a photo that you would use when you do social media posts. And that is the invitation for businesses, churches, ministries to join in to what this is. What is the Freedom Network? A business or ministry will get via Facebook, that's our primary focus. It is multi-platform though. So if they already cross promote between Facebook and Instagram, it'll go to both of those. And if they are using their website in any of the posts, it'll pull traffic to their website as well. So it's threefold and more basically. But it's content that is pushed to tens of thousands of new viewers on their behalf. It is increased brand visibility, trust building, and greater engagement, mission impact in America. And it is extremely cost-effective exposure. What it is not. They are not getting Facebook ads. We are not selling ads. It is not content creation. They will create their own content. So if they've got spectacular content, awesome. If their content isn't so great and we still get it in front of tens of thousands of people and their content's just they might not get the results they would hope for, but we can help them with that later. That's a little add-on. And it is not a complicated marketing campaign. So how will the business or mission help? So they help deliver increased awareness of their offerings and our mission. They support the mission of serving child survivors in America. We get matched exposure for Tigerlili Resources with their partnership. It's so win-win-win-win-win on so many levels. They get a lot of exposure and then we get matched exposure. Okay, so what is your role as a builder? So you are called a builder. You help build the network. These are what your roles will be. Tell everyone you know, in person, through text, email, social media, however, that you are a part of this Freedom Network and you are getting the word out about what the network is and about the mission and ministry. So you'll tell the businesses or ministries about the Freedom Network and invite them to join so they can gain tens of thousands of new viewers for what they have to offer. You will post. You'll post Tigerlili Freedom Network marketing info flyer, the one I just showed you, on Facebook and Instagram more than one time a week. So you can post it on your personal page, and if you have any other groups or anything, you can post in there. Join other Facebook groups. So you can post in those groups. And you'll post that same flyer, and they'll give you a little script that you can put in the text section of the post, so it's not just the photo. You can give a little description. Most of the groups you can only post once a week. Depends on how much you change it up, but at least once a week in the groups. Add a call to action in your post for the new businesses or ministries to contact you directly so you can answer questions and get them started. and you'll invite them to either comment or send you a direct message that they're interested and they want more information. Respond to each new inquiry, and I will also give you a short script, and you can personalize it however you want to, but it'll just keep, stick to the points of it, but it'll be short and sweet. Respond to each of their inquiries, and you will request their business name or ministry name. So one, we can look them up, see who they are, see how we can pitch to them a little bit further, why what they do is in line with what we do, or just, learn more about them and learn more about what they have going on. Do they have a new event that's coming up, a new product that they want to get out? You'll get the contact person, their phone number, and their email. And then once they give you all of their info, then schedule a time to contact them ASAP. So you can either email them or phone call. Phone call is always fastest and easiest. So that way you can talk details and answer questions. And if you can't answer the questions, you can forward them over and we'll get them taken care of that way. You will contact them and enroll them. So once you've scheduled, all right, we have a phone call coming up. And you'll contact each business and ministry and explain the marketing, explain the mission, explain their options. So each business and ministry will have two options to pick from. They will either be able to choose 10,000 local views or 20,000 national views. All right. Each of those packages are only $149. The reason why the 10,000 local views and 20,000 national views for the same price. Local views, there's a little bit more intricacy on the back end that Chris would plug in for location or IP address. There's just a little bit more work that's involved in that part of it. And then the national one is a little bit more of a broader stroke, just, getting it out to people on whole, not as finite, but still 20,000 views nationwide. You will tell them about the cross posting between Facebook, Instagram, and a draw to their website. So they'll have multiple ways that people will be able to see them and learn about them. Let them know that they will receive tracked results. On the back end, we can see from their posts, like we post often that we'll have like a call button or direct message button on our post. He can see if anybody's clicked through any of their buttons, there was just a reaction, if there was a comment. So he'll be able to track the activity and the views. So every week we'll give the new account their results of, look, from these pushes, this is how many views you got, and this is how many interactions that you received from those views. And you'll share testimonials with them. I'll show you one on the next slide. We will have a Google form to fill out for them. I was going to send it to them, but that's one step of disconnect. I don't want to cut the connection just to have them fill out a form when we can fill it out with them. And it's really short. It's just the name of their mission and ministry, the beginning information, name, contact phone number, their website, their Facebook URL, just to get the basics of the information that we're going to be putting out. And so we'll put all of that on a form so we can track it and we can keep track of who signed up and what's the follow-up and things like that. Once we get that form and they have picked their package, then we send them the pay link. And that comes through Tigerlili. So we collect all the payments and then we disperse out from there. Once they make payment and the project is launched, then there's no refunds from there. But there's a few days leading up if they have other questions. This is so simple and so beneficial. They're not going to back out. All right, what you must have knowledge and skill set in to be able to comfortably do this. You have to be comfortable on social media. And in messaging, and you have to think outside of the box too. Like when you're looking at different groups to join to start getting the word out, just think outside of the box. If you want to stay local, you can. If you want to go far and wide with a topic, go far and wide. It doesn't matter. You have to be comfortable with making phone calls and email follow-ups. You have to have your own accountability for timely follow-up because if you don't follow up with people, they fall away and they're not rushing to reach back out to you and be like, hey, let me give you $150. You have to follow up with them. Be comfortable with Google Sheets and of course have a cell phone, tablet, or laptop to be able to do this. This is one of the testimonies. This is actually our testimony. It's proof and measurable results. So in January of 2025, Tigerlili Resources conducted a marketing case study with BreslinNet that promoted our Facebook page and our website, specifically a virtual awareness event, Shine a Light. Chris and I had crossed paths in a Facebook group like weeks before we were getting ready to do this virtual event. And he was moved by the mission and saw it was online and was like, hey, I want to jump in. I want to help you guys do that. I want to help you promote this and get exposure. So in 1 week, we got over 60,000 viewers sent to our Facebook page and website with a mix of local and national traffic. Over 60,000 views in 1 week. That is unreal. Our Facebook view count showed 35,000 plus during that week. So 10,000 from the exact week, and then 25,000 trickles after that 1 week. We achieved an organic Facebook reach potential to 200,000 category and location related Facebook members. So he was able to like point it to say Edwardsville or St. Charles, like that. He could point it to different directions, and we saw that many views from it. And we added approximately 350 new likes in 1 week and approximately 700 new followers in 1 week.
No, this is such a important topic and has been for a while, that I would imagine when people see a group that's trying to work for, improvement of this, I'm not surprised at the number of responses you got.
Well, prior to that, we were nowhere near that.
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, we've done this with him. This will be our 4th time doing it with him now. And every time we get such great results, and we're not getting them on our own. I post often, I'll share often, but I can see on our back end, how many views we get, how many people shared. We've got right now, we have about 2,300 followers on our page. And if I'm not doing those active pushes, I might have 150 people see our post. And then I might have 4 or 5 people share and interact. So when he did this for that 1 week, I was blown away. And he'll show you the numbers to prove, right? So it was amazing. So I'm excited to see, like with this, when new businesses join in on this, say they choose, I want my business in front of 10,000 new people in St. Charles, right? So he'll push it out to those 10,000 people in St. Charles, but then Tigerlili also gets 10,000 views. So every time a business does something, we get what they get. So we're exponentially growing.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody wins. Like they get exposure, they get more clients or customers, and to know that they are actually actively taking a role in raising awareness and doing something about it. Because everybody's always like, oh, it's so big, what am I going to do? Well, this is something super easy that you can do and grow your business at the same time. Okay, so after you get people enrolled, you will add the new account information on Google Sheets. That sheet will be shared with me. You don't have to email it to me. Once it's added to there, I'll just be able to see that it's added. So I'll keep up on it also, just so we can track and see who's enrolling. I will send that information to Chris. He's the developer. Chris may or may not need to contact the new account. Just depends on if they have any other questions or anything. And then it takes him about 2 days to get their parameters set up, and then they're ready to go. The developer, Chris, will track and share the results to us weekly. So he'll send them to me, and then I will send all of yours to you. So you can share that with your accounts. And so you can tell them, hey, this week you saw however many thousand new views, you had this many new interactions. So you can share that with them every week. So you will have 4 points of contact with your account every month. What's great about that is you're building your rapport, you're building connection, and every time you talk to them, you can share with them an update about the mission of Tigerlili, because they are pouring into it. So we want them to know, hey, from your efforts, this is what's happening with us. And then they may or may not renew after the next 30 days. They probably will, but they might be like, hey, you know what, we're doing really good. We're going to hold off for a minute. But stay in touch with them, because their numbers will trickle weeks after. So even if they don't renew for the next month, send them a message. Hey, just wanted to let you know these are your numbers this week. So you're still building that rapport. It takes you a couple seconds to send it over to them. And then they can see when their numbers start dwindling off again, oh, I think I want to renew. How will you be paid as a builder? The builder will receive $50 for every new account. You will receive $50 for every renewal. When you sign up a church or a ministry or anything that would need to raise funds, you can actually help them do this through their mission, and you would receive $25 for each of their sub-accounts. And we'll get into that a little bit more, but that's just an additional income for you and additional residual also. So you've got the ability to make your new, your renewals, their new, their renewals. So let's recap. What is the Tigerlili Freedom Network? It is a digital division of Tigerlili. It is a national network, and it is an army of freedom fighters. What is your builder role? To tell, to post, to join groups, to add a call to action, respond to your people, contact them directly, enroll them, and follow up. And how will you be paid as a builder? $50 for new accounts, $50 for renewals, $25 on sub accounts, and $25 on sub account renewals. So if this sounds like it's the right fit for you, then submit your cover letter and resume to Tigerlili. And if you have any other questions as you're thinking through things, you can pop them in the email. If I can't answer them over email, then we'll schedule a one-on-one call and we can talk through things. So this is our contact information, and that's all. Do you have any questions over what we quickly covered today?